Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again today. I am Judy. Today we're talking about procrastination. We're going to start a series on procrastination. We're going to talk about some of the root causes. And then our next video, we will talk about solutions, right? So, just to remind you, I am a former therapist, educator turned entrepreneur, and my goal for this channel is to provide information that is good for the group, meaning good for the whole family. So, procrastination. What is one of the root cause of procrastination? So, the first cause that we want to talk about is fear. So I know a lot of people have fear, and their fear actually comes from either being anxious. A fear can come from just thinking that you're not going to be good at whatever the task is that you've been assigned to do. Whatever your goal is that you've set, that we talked about goal setting, maybe you're afraid that you won't accomplish your goal in 2025, and that fear sets in and it prevents you from moving forward. It kind of cripples you, right? You become anxious. You don't know where to start. You don't want to start. So that fear takes over the ability for you to focus on what it is that you want to get done and whatever the task is at hand. So that's the first root cause. Another part of fear, and the fear that causes the procrastination, is the fear of being judged. For example, me starting this YouTube channel, if I will succumb to the fears of judgment, right, I would never start this channel. I would not take the step of recording myself and put myself out there if I was, fearful of judgment. So that is one of the things that, the ways that fear actually shows up is because of fear of judgment. Now, that judgment may be from the way that you were treated as a child. That judgment can be how you're treated in your current household, right? So, or that judgment could be the pressure that you put on yourself. So, that fear that you have can come from a lot of different places. And so, obviously, can that fear of the judgment. The fear may be caused by a fear of feeling inadequate, that you're not able to, that you're just not built for the task at hand, that you don't think you have all the knowledge in order to complete the task. You don't have the knowledge. You don't think you may have the education. You may think that you don't have enough experience. Let's say you have to do a talk on a specific topic, and you've done your research, you've put time and energy into learning all you can about the topic, you are attaching some of your experiences to the topic, but deep down inside of you, you feel inadequate. You don't feel that you have the information and knowledge to talk about that topic. In your head, you're going, who do you think you are, right? That's that thought process that brings on that fear that stops us from meeting our goals or stops us from completing the task that we need to that we need to complete. Here it causes a delay, and that delay actually makes us more anxious. It gives us more anxiety. It makes us feel a lot more anxious, even though you're thinking, oh, I'm going to put it off and I'm going to relax, but it actually builds. It accumulates, if that's a good word. It accumulates, and you become even more anxious about completing the task that you need to work on. So there's a lack of interest that may cause procrastination. That is number two. So can you imagine? It's one of those things. It's like doing laundry. Some people don't mind doing laundry. They don't mind folding clothes. They like the routine of it. They like the end product of it. Nice, fresh, clean linens. Yeah, but some people will put off laundry until it piles up. They have no interest. Not that you must find joy in it, but those people actually have no interest. They don't find the end result that gratifying to get it done. So most people will say, or 50% of people I would think, would say, I really love the smell of fresh linen on the bed. I really love when my clothes are all neat and put away. I really love when my room is neat, when all my shirts are hung properly and they're organized in the closet. And some people have no interest in that. They, keep it moving. And they will do laundry, but it will be the last minute. They would have procrastinated it for days, and it's piled up. They may not have any interest in that. Another way to look at it is if you put in your goal that you want to exercise 5 days a week because all your friends are doing it, right? And you procrastinate when it's time to go to the gym, or maybe you find that exercising is important. Maybe you know that you do need to exercise and you want to, but that 5 days a week is a lot. But the fact of the matter is you have no interest, so you're going to procrastinate. Motivated, intrinsically motivated to complete the task, right? So you're not intrinsically motivated. Oftentimes, as I mentioned before when we were talking about goal setting, you have to be interested in it. It has to be something that you feel within yourself that you want to accomplish for you. And the last root cause of procrastination is poor time management, right? It comes to the point where something's going to have to give. You've decided that you're going to get all this stuff done in a short period of time, and something has to give. And so that one task that you really needed to get done is that one thing that keeps being pushed to the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. Remember, we talked about goal setting, that one of the things that we need to do is to create time blocks in our schedule. We need to decide that if we have this one task to do, we need to put time in our schedule to do the task. If there's no time and it's just there, some people would call it loosey-goosey, then it will never get done. You will fill it up with something else. You spend too much time doing one thing when you need to stop and move on. You need to be more precise in what you're doing. Not to say that every day need to be scheduled out, but when it's time to do something and it's on your schedule, you should put forth as much effort to get it done at that time. And if you have to move it, put it on another time in your schedule. Okay, don't just say, okay, I can't get it done today, so I'm going to try and do it tomorrow. It won't get done. All right, so you have to prioritize tasks by putting them on your schedule and manage your time. Because one of the reasons for procrastination is poor time management, not having enough time to complete the task. All right, so thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one where we're going to talk about those strategies that we can use to ward off that procrastination that we all have an issue with, or most of us do. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Have a good one.